Stop guessing. 7 old farmer tricks to pick a perfect watermelon every single time. Welcome back to Gardening Secrets Hub, the channel where we bring you the easy, practical, and affordable secrets that the old farmers never stopped using, but somehow the rest of the world forgot. Today, we are talking about watermelons. And I am going to say something right now that might surprise you. Picking a sweet watermelon has absolutely nothing to do with luck. Nothing. Zero. And if you have ever cut open a watermelon in front of your family, only to find pale, watery, almost tasteless flesh staring back at you, that was not bad luck. That was missing information. And today, we are fixing that for good. Every farmer's wife, every market grandmother, every backyard grower who knew what they were doing had a set of simple tests they ran before paying a single coin for a watermelon. 7 tests. None of them are hard. None of them cost anything. And by the end of this video, you will know all 7 and never bring home a bad melon again. Before we dive in, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button right now. We drop gardening secrets like this every week, and you do not want to miss what is coming next. Let us get into it. Test number 1. The field spot. Turn the watermelon over. Every single melon has a spot where it rested on the ground while it was growing. The sun never touched that spot. Look at the color. If that spot is a deep, creamy, buttery yellow, almost like the color of fresh butter or thick cream, that melon stayed on the vine until it was properly ripe. That is the one you want. If the spot is white or barely yellow, that melon was pulled off the vine too early. It will be pale and watery inside. Walk away. If the spot is still green, put it back immediately. That melon was practically a baby when they harvested it. This one test alone will save you more disappointment than anything else on this list. Memorize the color. Deep, golden, buttery yellow. That is your target. Test number 2. The stem and tendril. Look at the little dried stem on top where the melon was cut from the vine. Is it brown and dry? Good. That means the plant itself was done feeding the melon. It was ready. Is the stem still green or soft? That melon was cut before the vine finished its job. Pass on it. This test is easier at a farmer's market or roadside stand than at a grocery store. But whenever you can see it, check it. Test number 3. The give. Press the rind gently with your thumb. Not hard, just a gentle press. A ripe melon gives just slightly. A small, firm spring, like pressing a ripe peach. Too hard with zero give? Unripe. Soft and mushy? Overripe. The flesh inside is already breaking down. You are looking for that sweet middle ground. Firm, but with just a little life in it. If you are finding this helpful, drop a comment below and tell me, did your parents or grandparents ever teach you how to pick a watermelon? I genuinely want to know. Test number 4. The thump. Yes, the famous thump. But here is where most people get it wrong. Hold the melon up, cup one hand on the side, and give the rind a sharp knuckle tap. A deep, hollow, drum-like boom? Ripe. Full of water and sugar. That is the sound you want. A flat, dull thud? Unripe. The flesh is still dense and tight. A soft, padded sound like tapping a pillow? Overripe. Walk away. Listen carefully. Once you have heard the difference between the deep boom and the dull thud, your ears will know it every single time. Test number 5. The weight. Pick up 2 melons of the same size. Heft them both. The heavier one is almost always the better one. A ripe watermelon is about 90% water, and all that water gives it serious weight. A melon that feels light or airy for its size either never fully ripened or dried out sitting in the store. Either way, the flesh will be pale and disappointing. Test number 6. The shape. A good watermelon is even and symmetrical. A round one should be evenly round. A long one should taper smoothly. Here is the reason this matters, and this fact blew my mind the first time I heard it. The shape of a watermelon is actually a record of how well the bees pollinated its flowers. More bee visits mean even seed development, even sugar distribution, and a smooth, symmetrical shape. Poor pollination means lopsided, lumpy shapes and uneven, patchy sweetness inside. The bees literally decide which melons are sweet. The shape just tells you what the bees thought. How incredible is that? Test number 7. The webbing. Look closely at the rind. Do you see faint, thin brown lines running across the surface, almost like a spider web? Those are called sugar lines or pollination scars. Each one of those marks is where a bee touched the flower while it was pollinating. The more of those brown web lines you see, the more bee visits that flower received, and the sweeter the melon inside. Heavy webbing all over the rind? That melon is almost guaranteed to be packed with sugar. A perfectly clean, unmarked rind with no webbing at all? Less bee activity. Less sweetness. Simple as that. So there they are. 7 tests. The field spot, the stem and tendril, the give, the thump, the weight, the shape, and the webbing. Now, here's something worth thinking about. This knowledge did not just disappear on its own. There is no benefit to the grocery store in teaching you how to spot a bad melon. If you could tell the difference between the pale, unripe ones and the perfect golden ones just by looking, half of what they stock would sit there unsold. So the knowledge quietly stopped being passed down. And now most people just pick the biggest one, hope for the best, and end up feeding the worst of it to the chickens. Sound familiar? You do not have to live like that anymore. Here is your challenge this week. Go to a farmer's market, a roadside stand, or even just your local grocery store produce section. Pick up 2 or 3 watermelons. Run through all 7 tests. Compare them. Then pick the winner. Cut it open. Let your family taste what a properly ripened watermelon is actually supposed to taste like. Deep red, dense, full of water, and genuinely sweet. Once they taste it, they will never let you bring home a bad one again. And the kids will start doing the tests with you every time. Tell me in the comments, which of these 7 tests had you never heard of before? Was it the webbing? The shape and the bee connection? The field spot? And if your grandmother or mother had her own special trick for picking melons at the market, please share it. That kind of knowledge is exactly what gets lost when nobody writes it down. I read every single comment. And if you are not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This is Gardening Secrets Hub. Practical, affordable, real gardening knowledge that actually works. Hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss a thing. Next time, we are going deep into growing your own tomatoes the old way. Seed saving, planting, staking, and the small habits that mean 1 packet of seeds gives your family fresh tomatoes from July all the way through October, and jars full for the entire winter. You will not want to miss it. Until then, look for the buttery yellow spot, listen for the deep hollow boom, and remember, the bees, the sun, and the vine left their fingerprints on every good melon they ever made. You just have to know how to read them. See you in the next.